What's up YouTube, it's tinysey and I'm back with another YouTube video. So today I'm going to be talking about essentially the downfall of a lot of these celebrity brands. Kylie Jenner announced that Kylie Cosmetics would be available at Target starting June 9th. And I was seeing a lot of, not backlash, but people weren't exactly excited for this. They didn't seem to really care about it. A lot of people thought it was going to be Victoria's Secret or maybe Glossier. Sounded like there was a bunch of other collaborations that would have actually made them more excited than the Kylie Cosmetics announcement.
Does anyone else think this is like the most unnecessary announcement of all time? So it's Kylie Cosmetics, which is already in Ulta, is coming to Ulta and Target. Not even just like coming to Target, it's coming to Ulta and Target, which is a very specific consumer. I was hoping for like a Glossier Target collab. I don't know, something more enticing.
And honestly, I wanted to make this video before, and this was a perfect lead into discussing people just not favoring celebrity brands anymore. They don't have the same hype. They don't have the same luster that they used to back in, say, 2015. So let's talk about that.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
So just a short walk down memory lane. How did we really even get to the place where celebrity brands were these coveted things, or just this thing that people even got excited about in the first place? And looking at a lot of blog posts and going in some Reddit and Quora conversations, I saw that a lot of people sort of agreed with my memory of things. It really started with the perfume brands. And apparently in the 1950s, Marilyn Monroe had a collaboration with Chanel No. 5 perfume. They were able to see an increase in sales, and this is when they realized the power that celebrities held and their ability to really sell brands. But as you know, that's not really, it wasn't her perfume brand. It was just using her fame to sell the brand. But nonetheless, that made people realize the selling power that celebrities had. From that moment on, plenty of celebrities started to create their own perfumes. And this was a really lucrative way for celebrities to make money. I'm sure whichever celebrity you think of, they have a perfume. Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, they all have perfumes. Britney Spears in particular had a very popular perfume, and it was said that Britney Spears made around $50 million a year off sales alone for that perfume and for her perfumes in general. That's an insane amount of money, and I'm sure other celebrities saw this, the really big famous celebrities making that much money, and decided, hey, I want to do it too. It could also be that that was one of the easier products that celebrities could create and sell. Nonetheless, this was a very popular way that celebrities started their own brand. And from the early 90s on, we really did see that celebrities started to create brands, whether it was clothing, whether it was kitchen products, whether it was makeup. A lot of celebrities decided, hey, I'm going to cash in on my fame and my star power. So we saw celebrity brands really start to pop off around 2015, and this was because of social media. As we know, social media is just a huge point in history, and this is when a huge amount of opportunities popped up for everyone. With social media, you're able to market yourself, you're able to market your personal brand a whole lot better. And we know that a lot of these brands sell due to the celebrity's persona or what we perceive of them. Social media really made celebrities so much more accessible. Like before, you have to go to the magazine, flip through some pages, get the latest gossip, learn about who they're dating, so on and so forth. But with social media, you could just be scrolling on your timeline. You'd learn about what they're up to, what they're doing, and it really was up to them to curate the persona instead of leaving it up to paparazzi to curate who they really were behind the scenes. Social media was a huge point as to why they were able to even build the platform to sell the amount that they started selling in 2016. If we even think of brands like Yeezy, he came at a time where there was this hole in fashion, and he came with very innovative designs that people really weren't seeing before he started to create them. And he created a whole fashion genre. Like undeniably, so many people copy the Yeezy aesthetic, and the resale value on his shoes, his clothes, really whatever he dropped would oftentimes double. And this is something we also saw with Rihanna's Fenty Creepers and her collab with Puma. Although it wasn't her brand alone, this was a huge collaboration. If you were there in 2015, everyone wanted something from the Fenty Puma lines. And this is really when it started to catch on, the amount of money that these mega stars could make with celebrity branding and collaborations. And it wasn't something you really saw outside of the perfume realm before. And then in 2015, in came Kylie Cosmetics. And this was really a showstopper because beforehand, there was really a hole in the marketplace of makeup and lipstick. So during this time, Kylie Jenner was known for her lips and her hair. She had the blue dip dyed hair and she had big lips. And at that time, people thought it was natural. So monetizing off of this public persona that she had created, she decided to make the Kylie lip kits. And this went absolutely viral. They would sell out in literal minutes and it kept people coming back for more. And honestly, Kylie Jenner started just a revolution in the makeup industry. Other celebrities, beauty brands were able to pop off and begin in the first place. Glam makeup, prom makeup, some people call it, was the thing to do. And so a lot of these makeup lines were making a whole bunch of sales, but that's besides the point. So Kylie Jenner decides to drop this lip kit in 2015. And from that moment on, she expands her empire, her cosmetic empire, to include things like blush, foundations, highlighters, eyeshadows, and other beauty products. And similarly, we also had Fenty Beauty during this time. And Fenty Beauty started in 2017. What really made Fenty Beauty pop off was the range of colors that she had in her foundation. Now, if you think about it now, it's not that revolutionary. It's like, okay, yeah, everyone has a lot of range. But during this time, there was not a whole bunch of range, and dark-skinned women, they were not able to find the foundation that they wanted. A lot of times women of color are not considered, or they're not in the room when these makeup products are being created. And so even if there were colors, the undertones won't match. It just looks horrible. It's just too dark. It's just, you could tell they didn't do any testing, any research, or put any real effort into curating colors for women of color. Fenty Beauty was filling a hole in the market, similar to Kylie Cosmetics filling a hole for matching lip liners and lipstick. And so with this, she really popped off and she was able to do extremely well because not only was it backed by Rihanna, and so she was able to use her star power, but she also had a product that people needed. And honestly, with that, you just saw a whole bunch of other, like, I'm leaving out so many things. And I think the more successful ones align with who they are or who the people perceive them to be, or they just fill a gap in the market, like with Skims by Kim Kardashian, one of her more successful endeavors, because she's had many endeavors and they don't always succeed, but Skims succeeded because it did fill a hole in the market. Or Yeti by Lizzo, that also fills a hole in the market. And so these are the brands that see more success than maybe a celebrity that just decides to make something for the sake of a cash grab. Why was this, I guess, golden era, golden age able to even happen in the first place?
Why?
Well, I think the first reason's pretty obvious. People are, obsessed with celebrities and they have built parasocial relationships with them. And so when their fave comes out with something, a product, a perfume, whatever it is, a tour, their favorite celebrity decides to come out with a brand, they decide to support. And honestly, even if you don't absolutely love them, sometimes you might just be curious. And I think these sorts of brands are able to thrive off of the celebrity star power alone. And a lot of people, they're willing to try something at least once if a celebrity is attached to it. I think it's because during this golden age that I'm talking about, it was the first time we were really able to even see celebrities in a more authentic way. And so during this time, we were starting to learn who they wanted us to believe that they were. Celebrities were just kind of understanding how to curate a personal brand. And it was a lot more authentic than it was now. It wasn't so curated. Right now, it's very in a box. But back then, it was a bit messy still, and it just felt real. And so when they came out with a brand, you were a lot more willing to support or at least try it out. The second thing is exclusivity. There was really this factor of exclusivity during this time where they would purposely, in my opinion, or not in my opinion, it's facts. Kylie Jenner would only put out small batches of her lip kit, and that's why they would sell out so fast. And then now there's exclusivity, now there's scarcity. And so psychologically, now people want to buy it. So even if you weren't interested, if one of these celebrity products were able to sell out, now you want to invest next time. Now you're interested to be on the in crowd the next time. A lot of these brands utilized exclusivity in the past by putting out small batches of things in order to ensure that one, it sells out, but two, they get the marketing from and because it sold out. So this is something they honestly still use, but like I said, with so many brands out there and because it's become so saturated, I don't know how well exclusivity really works, because I rarely hear of, oh, this celebrities brand sold out. The combination of them using their star power along with using exclusivity tactics, they were really able to peak during this golden era of celebrity brands. And although I still think they use these tactics, like I said, it's getting oversaturated. And so it's not as effective.
I'm not interested in anything you're selling!
So one thing we know for sure is that public perception is very important because, like I said, that's what they're using to even sell the brands in the first place. If the Met Gala wasn't an example enough, a lot of celebrities are under scrutiny right now.
Every celebrity at the Met Gala is so cooked because now everybody is blocking them. It gets worse because some celebrities are trying to make things better and it's just backfiring. If you don't know why this is happening, it all started with this girl. Hailey Bailey posted a video showing off her Met Gala fit, but she messed up when she said let them eat cake. This term comes from the French Revolution. Queen Marie Antoinette was told people in poverty didn't have enough money to afford bread. Ah, that's crazy. It's even crazier when you remember a ticket to the Met Gala cost 75 bands. And the federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. You'd make $15K a year full time. One ticket costs 4 times the yearly salary of over 1 million Americans. After everyone started blocking celebrities, something interesting would happen. Some celebrities started speaking out about real issues. For example, Lizzo posted a video on how to donate and support a bunch of organizations. But the damage was already done. Because everybody was in her comments like, bro, why don't you donate? With grocery prices high, homelessness at an all-time high, and unaffordable housing, more issues going on, people felt like the Met Gala was just a spit in the face.
People aren't jumping to support them. They're not jumping to buy a product that they put out right now. So star power alone isn't really a good enough reason for a celebrity brand to do well. And because celebrities are relying on their star power, they aren't really even making sure that the brand that they're creating is filling a need in the market. Honestly, to me, business 101 is like, make sure there's actually a need for it in the market. With Fenty Beauty, creating darker skin shades, or even when the highlighter became a thing, like there were actual moments of innovation, but the celebrities are kind of lazy and they just want a quick cash grab, so they don't do any research into what might be that slight difference that makes their brand stand out or actually fulfills a need. Robert Downey Jr. recently has created a company called Happy, and Robert Downey Jr. and coffee, it's not really what I would think of when I hear Robert Downey Jr. Now, I've watched him in Iron Man, I've watched him in Sherlock Holmes, I've seen him in many movies, and coffee just doesn't come to mind. To be fair, I don't follow him on social media. This is my thing. If you are going to make yourself the face of your brand, which to me he kind of is just by how he's promoting it, then I think it makes sense to have it actually correlate to your personal brand or how you're known to the public. And so when he makes a coffee brand, I'm just kind of like, well, what's the difference between that and Folgers? Why don't I just drink Folgers or Starbucks or Pete's Coffee, or well, not Starbucks because we don't support Starbucks, or any of the number of coffee companies that have years and years behind their back? Why should I buy Robert Downey Jr.'s Happy Coffee? And I don't think they look into this. Is it sustainable? Is it organic? Is it like, what's the difference? And that should be the forefront of your product. And this is what a lot of celebrities do. They just hop on a train. Maybe it's even makeup, but there's nothing different about the makeup. It's just, I'm going to make my own makeup brand, and I might not even be known for makeup, but I'm a girl, and so I can get away with it. Like, sometimes it does feel very lazy. So I kind of alluded also to how the public perception of celebrities is on a downfall. Let's talk about that a little bit more. We're seeing that influencers are becoming the new face of a lot of these brands. I'm sure you guys have seen influencers marketing things to you, YouTubers marketing things to you. And it is part of the job, of course, to make money as an influencer, but also it's just that people trust influencers a little bit more nowadays than they trust celebrities. They brought a bit more credibility than a celebrity would bring to a product. Because honestly, let's be real, if LeBron James is on the box of Frosted Flakes, you don't actually think LeBron James is eating Frosted Flakes. Or you know what they do? They do football players for Campbell's soup. And it's like, there's no way they're eating that salty soup. They might be eating the salty soup, but there's no way that that's how they got like as strong as they were. And they'd always sell it like, oh, get strong like me, eat this salty soup. You're just gonna buy the soup because you're gonna buy the soup anyway. I wonder how many people were actually buying that soup because those football players told them to. If anything, it just makes the commercial more entertaining, right? And so with influencers, it's a little bit more credible because no one's gonna buy something solely off of their star power. You're going to buy it because you trust them, or you trust that if they are going to promote something, it's because they actually like it. Before you get at me in the comments, I'm not saying that influencers aren't shifty and promoting things that they shouldn't be, because it's also an ongoing conversation that some influencers don't check the credibility of who they're promoting, and they just take the check, don't do any research, and then promote it to their viewers. Not talking about them. I'm talking about the influencers that you actually trust, that you know would do the research before they promoted something on their channel. I think influencers are contributing to the downfall of a lot of celebrity brands, and it's honestly because of oversaturation. Influencers are releasing their own brands as well, but not only that, but they have decreased the value that celebrities have in society. There's just so many more people to idolize, and honestly, let's move away from idolizing them. That takes away some of the currency that celebrities have in society's eyes. So in a survey completed February of 2024, casino.org decided to poll 3,000 people to figure out sort of what are their thoughts on celebrity brands, right? 60.7% of 3,000 consumers surveyed said they trust brands less when they use celebrity endorsements. 81.8% of the 3,000 consumers surveyed believe celebrity brand deals lack credibility. So the way I see it, a lot of these brands more so use celebrities for visibility rather than credibility. And I mentioned in a previous video that celebrities are competing with influencers for these brand deals. And this was something Cardi B revealed to her audience. People are not going to want to pay celebrities to promote their products if it doesn't give them credibility, and also it doesn't give them visibility anymore. So they can pick a cheaper option, and they can go with an influencer who might have more trust. And although they might not have the visibility of someone like Zendaya, at least they will have the credibility, and that might have a higher turnover of sales than you might think. This is another reason that I think celebrity brands, or even using celebrities to promote brands, are on a downturn. And not only that, but we're in a recession, whether people want to admit it or not. And so a lot of these brands are not wanting to spend the money that it takes to pay a celebrity to endorse their brand. But also, is the return of investment even the same as it used to be? And with that being said, the sales of a lot of these companies are not doing the same. Let's use Kylie Cosmetics as an example. Kylie Cosmetics saw a net sales decline from $68.7 million in 2017 to $36.2 million in 2022. And the forecasts are saying that in 2024, it's going to have $29 million in sales. And eventually people are thinking that it's just going to go bankrupt. It's the same reason why a lot of these brands are going to fail and are failing. Kylie Cosmetics largely was a hit because of the whole lip thing. As soon as we were able to realize that those were lip injections, I think the allure of her brand was just not there anymore. Yeah, she's seeing a decline in sales because her brand has been tainted, with the secrets kind of out. The sales are sort of probably just reflecting the sentiment that people have for her brand. If it was actually good, if it was quality, if it was a necessity, I don't think the sales would decline so drastically to the point that people think it's going to go bankrupt. And on top of that, she has sold ownership of the company. And so with her doing that, is just another added distaste of like, you're not even fully invested in it anymore. So why should her fans be invested in it the same way? Another thing that people complain about are the prices. Now, when you have brands like ColourPop, even Elf Beauty, who I think has decent products for the price. Why would you buy Kylie Jenner's makeup if it's overpriced and people review that it's not that good quality? A lot of these celebrity brands are just not affordable in comparison to what product you're going to get. And in that case, you'll probably go with a more reputable brand instead of the celebrity brand. If you aren't actually creating a product that warrants the price and you think just because you're a celebrity, you can make it expensive, it's just not going to fly anymore because we're in a recession. People don't have money to just be spending just on the basis that you are a celebrity.
I'm tired of this, man. I'm sick of worrying about which cars. I'm sick of worrying about the government. I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
And that led me to ask, who's buying these products, right? Like, who's buying all these celebrity brands? Because there's thousands of celebrity brands, and I'm just wondering who's buying them. I can't think of one celebrity brand that I have bought and been a consistent buyer of. I've bought Fenty Beauty before. I wear makeup, but not to the extent that I can just continue to replenish and replenish and replenish and just, keep buying it over and over and over again. And so it made me wonder who's buying all of these brands, especially since a lot of these brands are in the beauty industry. And with the shift towards natural, clean girl, aesthetic makeup, people aren't really doing that glam prom makeup that was more popular during the golden age of a lot of these brands. And this goes into that conversation of overconsumption because some people really are hoarders. They'll have like 20 eyeshadow kits that they don't use and they're just collecting dust. And like, I'm low-key calling myself out because I have probably 5 palettes that I used to use, but I don't really use anymore. And so I just don't buy them anymore. Celebrities keep releasing eyeshadow palettes. So now I just question who's really buying these. Sometimes Kylie Jenner ends up at Marshall's or Ross because people aren't buying it. And so if they have a surplus, they give it to these discount stores in order to sell it. I want to know in the comments, if there is a celebrity product you buy, what keeps you going back to purchase from them? Because personally, I can't think of a celebrity brand that I would regularly buy unless I'm unknowingly buying something that a celebrity has created. And that leads me into the last point. What's going to happen with a lot of these celebrity brands if people aren't buying them anymore and they're like losing favor with the public? I think they're going to start creating incognito brands, or essentially they'll be celebrity backed rather, the celebrity at the forefront. They're going to have to rely on the strength of the brand. They're going to have to go behind the scenes and make sure that the product can stand on its own and actually just be filling a hole within the marketplace. Because as it is right now, the most popular celebrity brands are beauty brands. Fenty is at the top, followed by Anomaly Hair Care. We have Kylie Cosmetics in third, fourth being Rem Beauty, and fifth being Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. And this was according to Statista, survey done by Statista. Seeing that a lot of beauty brands end up being at the top, and they're usually because a celebrity is the forefront, I think it works because a lot of these people are megastars. But for a lot of these newer celebrities, or they're not necessarily A-list, but people know who they are, I don't think that it's going to necessarily work that they just solely sustain a business based off of their star power. They're going to have to start creating brands that actually fill a need in the marketplace. My second prediction is that they will just become investors in brands that are already doing well. And I'm sure they have a team of people that advise them on what to invest in, but I can see them collaborating with other people that actually have dedicated their life to being product designers and product creators. And they might go in a brand in collaboration with a celebrity. So a celebrity might be funding it, but they won't be at the forefront as much. Influencers also seem to be following down that path of creating brands. I think it works a little bit more because usually it does correlate with what they do. Like in that same golden era, a lot of beauty influencers created their own brand, or they had collaborations with brands like Morphe, ColourPop, to name a few. They were known for doing influencer collaborations, and so they'd have lines that they released that were in collaboration with the influencer that would just be there for a short while. I think that they will follow in the footsteps, except it might do a little bit better because they usually endorse or create things that align with who they are, or at least more closely to who their audience knows them to be. But who knows, they can also end up down the path of ending up not credible, ending up not valid, which we already kind of see a little bit. I have a little bit more faith in influencers than I do with celebrities. There's a little bit more responsibility that influencers have that celebrities kind of sometimes find themselves wiggling out of. That's my predictions of what's probably going to happen, besides the fact that society in general is just not really caring about the celebrity brands the same way that they did, because if celebrities fall out of favor, so will their brands. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys found that video interesting. What do you guys think about all this? Do you buy any products from a celebrity brand? If so, what is it? You know, what are you guys supporting over here? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me, and I will see you guys in the next video.